This broadcast is a presentation of Wcso Sports. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talknin Sports on Max 96.7. Talknin Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talknin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talknin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talknin Sports. We're here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for your Wednesday. On the big board tonight, we'll talk volleyball with Kaskaskia coach Kim Rahar, and then it's off for the new coach of the McKendree Basketball Bearcats, Chris Foster. Plus, as always, on a Wednesday, we have the medals, screen printing, and signs sports flashback tonight. That features baseball's Mason McCreakin out of Centralia. But right now, let's dodge some scores and stuff. It comes your way courtesy of Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. And we steer the Tucker Electric guest line to Fairfield for a broadcaster in his own right and a good one. Right? Derek Dunn. Derek, welcome back.
Hi, Rip. Thanks for having me. Greatly appreciate it.
What's going on down your way? Anything? All quiet? Done with another hard day, huh?
Well, I'm going to start with the local sports side a little bit. Of course, our volleyball team at the high school level for Fairfield went all the way to the super sectional for the first time in school history. Took on a good Nashville squad that's going to be making their appearance in state this week. Hard-fought game down there in Hamilton County, the super sectional. That was last week, and Fairfield lost 2-1, but 31 wins, the first time in school history there. Then you look at our football team.
They had 31 wins?
31. I think they finished with a record of 31-9.
Impressive.
And then then the Mules football team went 10-0 for the first time in school history. Lost to a very good Williamsville team in the second round of the 3A playoffs. I know Williamsville is going to be taking on Carlinville. That's a big game coming up this weekend. And then you look at also Edwards County, just over to the east of us there. The volleyball team had another great season. And also Edwards County football won a playoff football game for the first time in school history. They actually won, and then they lost actually just to Central A&M. But sports, on the local side here, Rip, I know we focus on national sports here, but I feel like
No.
the local sports needs to be mentioned here, especially with the success we've been having out this way. So.
Oh, yeah, that's very impressive. Good deal. And we don't have any area teams left in football. I mean, well, a couple from the area, but not that we cover on a daily or weekly. But Highland Bulldogs are just fabulous almost every year, and they're still playing as is Greenville, the Greenville Comets, so they are both in action Friday night. The best to them. But we have Nashville left in volleyball just a bit down to our south, and we do have the Hornets and Hornets. Their team's on our show quite a bit, so good luck. They disposed of Carlisle several days ago, and then of course won that super. So, all right, very good. But that's good. The Fairfield Mules back on the top stage again.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's a great thing, here in the town. There was a lot of buzz, a lot of support, a lot of excitement, and now you got, with the fall sports out of the way, you got, starting to see some of the high school basketball,
right?
Starting to see wrestling, coming up. It's hard to believe too, but it is November, and it's that time of year where you start to see the practices and all that. So I tell you what, it's coming up real quick.
So Fairfield does have wrestling?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and Carlisle does as well. It's technically club, but still they send kids to state and so forth. So, but otherwise that's pretty slight around here. But that area, I believe, down your way has had, and then you got to come up to Centralia. It's kind of spotty up in these parts, really.
Yeah, kind of spotty. Depends on the school district,
right,
where you're at, and like I said, it's not offered every school, but it's one of those sports where I think it's fascinating to watch. It's something that catches your attention, and it can really catch your interest. So best of luck to our Mules wrestlers. I got a cousin that's going to be on the Mules wrestling team this year, so he played football, and he's looking forward to it.
And that's a great sport to couple with football. I mean, if you're not playing basketball in the winter, that wrestling is fantastic as a guide for football, as is track in the spring. Again, for those who don't play softball or so forth, but they pair up real well, wrestling and the gridiron stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, another big thing too, college basketball. I tell you what, you were asking me about Illinois.
Well, let's just get right to that. Yeah. You tear out on some college hoops.
Yeah, I like this Illinois team. I know they got a lot of new faces, but I think the strength of Illinois has got to be their backcourt. They got three players that will catch you right. Andres Feliz, a 6'2" junior guard. He was the number 1 ranked JUCO point guard before coming here to Illinois. Then you also have Ayo DeSumo, the 6'5" freshman out of Chicago, of course, played for Morgan Park. 5-star guard, 5-star point guard, does a great job. Then we got, Trent Frazier coming back after having a stellar freshman campaign, one of the top freshmen in the Big Ten as well as the country. Only a 6'1" sophomore, but he can finish inside, can also shoot it from deep. Then you look at really the wing players. Look at Aaron Jordan, and it's kind of an interesting story here with Jordan. I was on an Illinois message board the other day and mentioned that Jordan is pretty much, he's like the junkyard bulldog. He's 6'5", and he plays on the wing, but also he can go inside and grab some rebounds, plays great defense. And his dad actually quoted me. I thought that was actually
Is that right?
Cool.
Well, how about that? You're very quotable, Derek.
I try to be. I think I'm more quotable than Brad Martin, but anyway, that's another story there.
Hey, do you know any? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Wrap that, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Jordan, but yeah, he's a great wing player. Down low is where I think that's the weakness, the front court. We do have Georgi Bezanishvili, the 6'9" freshman, but I still think though he's still trying to get familiar with the college game. He had a technical foul in the exhibition game against Illinois Wesleyan just a few days ago. But I like where he's at this stage. Just needs to, gain a little bit more muscle and try to channel that anger. There's going to be times you're going to be angry, but you can channel that anger and turn it into a positive energy to where, you don't lash out at anyone, the players or the officials. But I do like his size, though. He's got great footwork for a big man. He can also shoot the three. Great passer as well, according to Brett Underwood. But the big story, though, is actually our graduate center. That is Adonis De La Rosa. He transferred in from Kent State.
He's been everywhere. He's been everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been everywhere. He came from the Bronx in New York, so he came a long way.
He's tough, no doubt.
But the thing was too. It was just announced. I think it was yesterday that he has been cleared for contact. He tore his ACL in the game. And so he's been cleared for contact. Now, here's the thing, though, too. I know it's early in the season. He's a talented big man as it is, but you don't want to rush him into the game. You want to take your time with him. So I think for Illinois, you don't want to rush him. He's a talented big man, but you don't want to aggravate that knee injury again either. You don't want him to tear up that ACL again.
But you left out my favorite. Well, you tell me. What is his status? Is it Samba Kane, the 7-footer from the Senegal?
Yeah.
Another 7-footer. He's at 220. Does he have any possibilities? They've got some height. They've got some stout kids here. Will they be any good in the long run? At least this year.
Well, I think you were talking about Samba real quick. I think he's still getting familiar with the game. He's only played for a few years, but I think there is some promise with him. I feel like, but he missed a lot of the summer though, due to the academic issues. So he really wasn't in the workouts. So I think that kind of hurt him right there. Otherwise, you probably would have seen him pack on more muscle at this stage. Another thing, too, is Kipper Nichols, the forward who, of course, we don't have LeRon Black this year. Kipper, last season, he had flashes of brilliancy, I felt like, but also he was inconsistent. Like, there'll be games where it'd be like, okay, he scores 20, 25 points, and then the next game he would score 2 or 4, and that was it. He's got to be more consistent than that in the scoring department.
Definitely.
He needs to also rebound as well. So, but I like Kipper's game. Again, at times he could really be the best player on the floor. He just needs to be more consistent. I think consistency is something for him. Another player I would like to mention, though, on the list is DeMonte Williams. I like DeMonte, very high basketball IQ. Of course, last season he was coming off of that ACL injury, but I feel like this year you could see a more improved and aggressive DeMonte Williams. And there was even talk, too, that he's been dunking it with ease. So I like what I'm hearing of him. Can be a great defender as well. And he seems to be finding the right spot at the right time. His IQ is amazing.
We're going to have to see some improvement, Derek, because they were 4-14 and 14-18, and I love the Illini still, but they're going to have to show it to me.
That's the thing, and they were picked in the preseason, I think, to finish 13th. But here's the thing, though: there's been teams that have, they were picked to be in the bottom half of the conference, but by the season's end, they're like in the top half. So I feel like for Illinois, if they could just jump up on some spots and try to get to 20 wins if they can, 20 more, I think that'll help. But then again, you got a tough non-conference schedule. You got a good conference schedule as it is. I mean, the Big Ten is always a beast. So I like to see them, get above 500, finish above 500 for the season, do well in the non-conference before you take on the Big Ten teams, and I think that's what I'm hoping for, really.
Guess who exploded for the Mizzou Tigers last night? Edwardsville's Mark Smith. Although we saw that during his early stages with the Illini last season too, and then he kind of flew the coop.
Yeah. And I
like the kid, and we have a lot of people around here who know him through various means, but there's another guy, although a sophomore now, and he did become certified, eligible, and so forth, and it's going to be interesting to see how he pans out. And now, in particular, he's going to have to be, maybe one of their go-to guys with Jonte Porter out.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jonte Porter's out, pretty much for the whole season. You hate to hear it for any player that goes down with an injury.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, and you may not agree with this either, but that family, that's nothing but injuries, knee injuries. They got to eat some meat, man. They're vegans. And I'm not kidding you. I don't care what. I'm no doctor. I don't care what they say, especially in your formative years. You need some backbone on you, man.
Exactly. And I was going to say, too, is that look at Michael Porter. Hasn't played in the NBA yet, and the Denver Nuggets are still one of the top teams in the West.
At least that's with a back situation, which is terrible. At least it's with that. In his case, it's bad. But, hey, how about those 2 games last night? And actually, my mind and eyes were elsewhere last evening, but Duke apparently put on quite the show.
Yeah, they did. They just blew out Kentucky. I mean, this Duke team is just loaded. I mean, people talk about Kentucky, but my goodness, I mean, Duke. I mean, look at the players they have. I mean, it's a traditional blue blood. Coach K is still going at it, and I tell you what, they just put on a thumping. I mean, just absolute thumping.
118-84, and it's just game 1, but Zion Williamson, that Barrett, I know Reddish. I remember seeing their names over the summer. They'll be 3 of the top draft picks, barring some kind of crazy stuff in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, no surprise either. And Zion is that player that he defies the laws of physics.
That's
when you
true.
Look at his size. When you look at his size, you're just amazed by what he can do. And so, anyway, yeah, I have to agree there. But, yeah, last night, just an absolute thumping. I mean, and no surprise that I think Duke is definitely the favorite. When you look at that score, I think they're the favorite to win it all this year. I really do. But you also have Villanova. Can't forget about the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah, and we have an entire season, of course. It will be interesting to see if these 2 teams hook up again, what kind of result we have. I mean, Calipari's no dummy.
No.
Whatever you think of him, the guy has been successful and so forth, too. Hey, did you watch any of the World Series, which is about, 13, 14 days removed now? It was all Boston, wasn't it?
It was all Boston. I mean, when you look at that team, they were just stacked. I mean, the makeup was there. And I tell you what, though, too, Rick, you talked about Boston real quick. I don't know if you've been hearing this, but there was some rumor talk that the Cardinals and the incumbent Red Sox they're among the suitors for Kimbrel, actually.
You know, I'm not so sold on that guy. Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
No, really, I'm not. I'm saying he's good. I'm not sure he's Mr. Great, and he's got he wasn't so smooth in the postseason either.
No, but
he's better than most. Yeah, and he's had some really outstanding moments in a couple of good years. But
yeah, well, he's getting older too, and he's the only guy I've ever known to have a pitching form like that, and they call it Kimbrelling. So I mean, I don't know how he does it.
It is odd, isn't it? Then his beard about touches the ground. Yeah, he's kind of unique there. But I see where CC Sabathia is staying with the Yankees for an 11th season. $8 million, and then he's going to call it quits, he says.
Yeah, I thought he was going to retire. I really did.
I did too.
I was
he's 38 now.
By and
but $8 more million, Derek. Okay, I'll take it.
Well, here's the thing. I was kind of surprised about Adam Wainwright. I thought he would retire too, honestly.
Yeah, well, I wish he would have, to tell you the truth. And I like Wainwright, but what's he done?
Yeah, right.
And he's 37.
I think ever since the injury, he hasn't been the same.
No, his last 4 years, actually, he hasn't earned hardly a penny of that big salary. So, hey, the Blues, any hockey in your blood? I forgot, Derek.
Yeah, I'm a Blues fan. I will say this. I was disappointed in the start they've had. I know it's still early in the season here. Nashville, they're rolling in the Central.
They are.
But I was kind of surprised about the firing of the Chicago Blackhawks coach, Joel. I was surprised about that.
I tell you, the Blues should have never fired him. The Blues have had some incredible coaches who have went on to win cups elsewhere. And, of course, Coach Q goes on with 3 Stanley Cups in Chicago. Yeah. He's the second winningest coach of all time. Yeah, I'll take him back in a heartbeat. But I would imagine he'll just sit this out and then, parlay a big win next year somewhere.
Yeah, I think so, too. The Blackhawks have lost 5 straight, but I just felt like it was just a complete shocker to me, the success he's had.
I was surprised.
I went to school in Eastern Illinois, and some of my friends up there are big Blackhawks fans because a lot of them were from Chicago, and they spoke highly of the guy. They really loved him, and to me, this was a complete shock.
It was. Surprise. He's getting $6 million a year too, so I think he'll probably take it. And I'm not actually one of those. In hockey, in particular, I just said the other night with somebody on the air, this Stevens got fired from L.A. He was the first. I said, well, he won't be the last. And then 2 nights later, whatever, the shoe falls. But, Mike Yeo with the Blues, everybody, he was the darling, and all of his fans turn so quick, and it's a long, long season. I get it, but having said all that, yeah, if Coach Q wanted to come back to St. Louis in the middle of the season, that's fine by me.
I'm down for that, too, because I know there's some people who are not a fan of Mike Yeo right now.
Yeah, but a lot of people aren't fans of any coach. There are only so many outstanding coaches, just like there are only so many really good goalies and so forth. They're not a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Q would definitely trump Mike Yeo, though, and I would be glad to make that trade.
I agree. I'd be a fan of Q coming to the Blues, and the success he's had. How could you not overlook that? I would not overlook it at all. He's a successful coach, one of the winningest coaches in NHL history.
Yep.
You take, if you have the opportunity, you get him. He could really help turn a team around and have pretty good fortune.
Man, we've only got a minute or so left here, Derek. The Illini football team, it's pretty glim and glum.
Yeah, I don't really follow the Illini football team.
I don't watch it, I'll be honest, as much as I'm for him to win, but I have no confidence in Lovey. In fact, he could just leave town as soon as he now, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. We're not seeing what we were thinking about whenever Illinois hired him, whenever Josh Whitman made the announcement. We're not seeing that progression to where they're competing, for the Big Ten title and where they're, finishing at least in the top half of the conference. We're not seeing that at all. We haven't even seen a bowl game yet ever since Lovey became head coach.
And you can go to a bowl game at 6-6 now. So, and the only teams they've beaten are lousy teams like them, and they have another one coming up in Nebraska this week. Boy, what happened to those Huskers? They fell off the map, didn't they? Whew.
Well, I tell you what. I think they been mainly hanging around Carlisle Lake and probably sank to the bottom of it. But I mean, that's
head east, my friend. Head east.
Head east. Yes, Roger Boyd and the guys.
Yeah, you were over here. That was last summer, right? 2017.
Oh yeah, that was a hot summer, but I only had like 3 hours of sleep, but I still enjoyed the concert. So
they were sure.
It was a fun time, and plus I got to meet John Schlitt and Steve Huston and those guys. It was a lot of fun.
I saw pictures. And if you ever want to see some good interviews with them, tune in to, one or two of those guys. Go to YouTube. It's unbelievable. You probably have caught some. Wow. The story of Head East, many things I never knew away from the scene. But all right, I guess we better turn the page, Derek. Anything else as we depart?
Hey, I just want to say real quick, thanks for having me on, Rip. Greatly appreciate it. Appreciate what you do here over there at Carlisle Way, and helping promote not just the national sports but also local sports as well. So
I tell you,
it doesn't go unnoticed.
You know your Illini basketball in particular. We'll be back in touch when these cold winter months arrive, and we're nearing that time.
Yeah.
Are you there? See you, Derek.
Thanks, Rip.
Bye-bye. Derek with a pregnant pause. That wasn't in his contract. That was Derek Dunn on Scores and Stuff. All of that came to you courtesy of Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing. Yeah, around the clock towing and collision repair. Isaac Auto Body here in Carlisle. Stay tuned for Kim Rahar, Chris Foster too, plus the flashback.
Hey, it's Bill on the road from Mornings with Scott and Casey. You hear me talking each week about travel, and one of my favorite things about driving across America is finding great food. And lucky for you, Mama's on the Hill in St. Louis is a super easy road trip destination. Authentic Italian favorites like baked lasagna, spaghetti, and tortellini, thin crust St. Louis-style pizza, and yes, Mama's on the Hill is the birthplace of toasted ravioli. Check out their menu online at mamasonthehill.com. Mama's on the Hill, on the Hill in St. Louis.
Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
We are Best One, the best tires, the best customer service, the best automotive service, the best team, and the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One. Gobble up the savings today only at Best One Tire and Service. Save $60 instantly when you buy 4 eligible Firestone tires. Increase your savings to $100 when using your Best One credit card account. That's right, save $60 instantly when you buy 4 eligible Firestone tires. Increase it to $100 when using your Best One credit card. Offer applies to retail purchases on select Firestone tires. Offers end November 30th. Visit your local Best One location for details. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. Gobble up the savings at Best One Tire and Service. 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze. We are Best One, selling tires, serving people.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Hey, welcome back, Rip, here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on the midweek edition. Let's tangle with the Tucker Electric guest line for Kaskaskia College Blue Angels volleyball coach Kim Rahar. Kim, welcome back.
Thanks for having me again.
Got to tell you what you know, and it's all good. Your young ladies had quite a season, but did run into, I guess, a really good club Saturday in Missouri, so we came up a bit empty to Mineral Area College.
Right. We played them earlier in October and lost to them in 3 sets at our place. So we tried to make some adjustments, watch film on them, but we just couldn't put it together on Saturday. The first match was 25-21, but after that we stopped putting the ball down and was having some issues, and they took the set from us. So
the first set was your big opportunity.
Right. Yeah, we played with them the whole time.
Right.
We had a lot of mistakes in that. So our thing was if we fixed our mistakes in the second and third set, to take them into that fourth set, we could do that. But we weren't terminating the ball. They made some adjustments in their lineup and had a big block on our outsides, which were hitting good for us in that first set. So we just couldn't get up past them.
But that's, I guess you kind of tip your cap to them. They did beat you twice this year, so you got to give them some credit. And this was in the District K championships, right?
Correct. Yep.
And did they advance out of that, or who did, Kim?
They advanced out of that district to the national tournament. Yeah.
So
they've had a good season. So.
Who'd they beat after they knocked you off?
Well, after our game, John A. Logan played Indian Hills, and Indian Hills won that match.
Out of Iowa?
And then the Mineral Area, yes, out of Iowa. And then Mineral Area and Indian Hills played at 5 o'clock that night, and Mineral Area advanced out of that one.
All right. Well, you know what? Unless I really despise a team, since they beat me, I would be rooting for them as far as that goes.
Yeah, yeah. Mineral Area is a good team. They have been ranked nationally all season long.
Have they?
So we knew we had our, competition going into the district tournament. So I was trying to, strategize in ways that we could beat them, but we came up short. So
was Indian Hills a ranked team too, Kim?
They weren't ranked, I don't think. They have a good team, but they were very inconsistent. Their record didn't show, they were 17 and 15, I think, going into the district. But they have powerhouse hitters, so when they're on, they could be hot and beat teams. So it's but I know the coach said that they had kind of an inconsistent season this year, but, they're still a solid team usually every single year.
I'm pretty sure they're good in about every sport most of the time. Baseball, basketball, yeah. I've heard a lot about them. Iowa's got 2 or 3 JUCO schools that are just athletic. There's another one.
Yeah. And Iowa, so this year with the district, 4 teams went to Mineral Area, and the other 4 teams went to Missouri West Plains, and Iowa Western advanced out of that district.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Okay. So Iowa well represented. So they're both on to the national championship in Kansas.
The national tournament, yeah. Yep.
Hey, what was the furthest you went that year? Did you go to the nationals?
We haven't made it to nationals. Districts is the farthest we've made it so far. So.
And how many matches? I mean, you had a whale of a season then. And how long ago was that? 2-3 years ago?
In 2015 we had a good season,
15.
and then and then in 12 and 13 we had good seasons as well. So.
And you did get the opportunity to advance again to Missouri because of your play in the Region 24 tournament at KC, and that was you ended up winning just that first against Shawnee, but it was very competitive after that. Vincennes swept you, but Lakeland, I would have loved to have seen that. That must have really been quite a five-set affair there. You lost 3-2.
Yeah, it was a very good game. We were down 2-0 after that second set, and we, just getting them regrouped, and it was kind of funny because I always made a joke when we were at other tournaments that we never play good before noon. And that game started at 11 o'clock. And when we started turning things around, I looked at my watch, and it was 12:08, and I said, "Here we go."
There you go. Wow, okay.
So we took them into that 5th set, and it was a really good match. We came up short. We had a couple hitting errors that kind of, I think our heads, were kind of down going into those last 5 points just off errors that we had made. But it was to see being down 2 sets and then coming back, that was something positive as we, ended that tournament. We still ended on a positive note as we came back, because they could have just kind of gave in on that 3rd set, but we were fighting to the end. So it was a really good match. But.
And the match earlier, on Friday night, I saw you play Vincennes. That was a well-rounded bunch there too, but that was very competitive.
Yeah, Lakeland actually was our only game this year, our only match this year that we went 5 sets, which is surprising.
And you did beat them once too.
Yeah, we were split going into the tournament. So they beat us at our place and we beat them at their place. But that was our only 5-game set, which is a shock. I mean, most years, you have a handful, if not more, 5 sets. But we either won in 3, lost in 3, won in 4, lost in 4. So we never made it to that 5th set. this year until we got to that tournament. But, you know, we've had some very competitive matches all year long. And some of them we just couldn't finish. And then when we go back and we look at the stats of our losses that we had, you know, our hitting percentage was not there, or, you know, our service errors, the stats clearly showed, you know, why we didn't win the match. So, you know, to lay that down on the line for the girls and show, you know, like, you've got to be consistent day in and day out.
Yes.
You know, is key. You know, I can have you get 10 kills against one team, but I need 10 kills against the next team as well. You know, we can't be bouncing around. And that's kind of where we struggled, I think, most of the year.
As far as I'm concerned, I think you can label as a really good or even an exceptional season. I mean, you won 21 of 33 matches, and you finished third in the Great Rivers Athletic Conference. That's not an easy trick to turn. They're at 10-4, Logan and Lakeland just above you.
Right, yeah. We were very competitive all year long, you know, and we've had a good season. You know, there's just those matches that, like I said, we struggled a little bit to finish or to stay in the game. But, you know, the girls worked hard. You know, we had some comebacks in some of the games where we were down. I don't know what it was. We always started all of our games, like, behind. Like, every set we were down by, like, multiple points.
Tough.
And I was like, can we please change this? Because,
right.
You know, when it comes back, the game is so fast-paced, and to come back, it makes it a challenge for sure. So,
but you have
you know, but we had, you know, a lot of talent on our team, and a lot of girls put up, you know, numbers for us as well as kills and assists or digs. So, you know, we did our job out on the court. Just some games came up short.
Yeah, it was a good lineup, and all the way through some of those that came off the bench, of course. Who maybe a couple of your more consistent performers? Jenna Rotterman has to be one of those that leads the charge. Sammy Matthews, Hannah Hoffman out of Carlisle High, Sarah Wiegman, just a few I scoured the stat sheets over.
Right, yeah. I mean, we had a solid, you know, group, you know, our starting lineup, but we had people come off the bench and be productive for us as well. It kind of just depended on, you know, who was hot that night or the day before in practice, who we started in some of the positions. And if somebody was struggling, we had the depth in the team to put somebody else in, you know, and we did that at Mineral Area. One of our players was struggling, you know, and just popped somebody else in there. And it was Maya Beckman, and she did great for us in that match against Mineral Area. And she led the team in kills in that match. So, you know, freshman coming off the bench, or, you know, she's played kind of hit and miss all season long, but when I put her in the game, she's, you know, done a job for us. So we have a big graduating class. So, you know, we have lots of shoes to fill, and you know, recruiting's in full swing right now, and make people coming on visits, and, you know, getting the commitments to come, as now we can start signing LOIs as of November 1st, you know, so building our team for next year, and, you know, seeing that we had a successful year this year.
You have, or when will this be announced, or has it? Did I miss it? You're going to have surely some all GRAC honorees, correct?
Correct. I hope. We haven't done the GRAC yet.
Okay, yeah.
That voting is still going on right now, but we did do the all region voting, and we received that information back late last week, and we haven't done a press release on it yet, but the girls know, so I can tell you, Jenna Rotterman was first team all region 24. And Sammy Matthews and Derica Moore were second team all region.
Very good. Very good.
To have three girls on that, the region team is great. And like I said, we haven't finished the GRAC voting yet. So.
You might be able to add one or two to that course then, huh?
Yeah, I hope so, if not more. So, you know, we were very competitive in the GRAC, and we split with Lakeland, you know, so we were right there with them. But we lost both of the matches to John A. Logan. So, you know, that always room to improve for next year. So
I always like this too, Kim. And I know you do too. It's not always easy, you know, the recruiting and where you can pick up the next athlete, but you got a lot of them from this local area, you know, modern day Carlisle, Westland, Sandals, so forth. And that's pretty cool when, I mean, they can play with the best of them.
Right. Yeah. You know, volleyball is very strong in this area, you know, so when I can pick up the local recruits, you know, it's great for the college, and it's great because it's nice to have the family, you know, involved, and some of the girls on the team, you know, I've known before even coming to KC, so that's also nice too, you know, you get to build those relationships with them as well, and then after they play with your program as well, you know, you still keep the connection going with athletes, so...
Good for the fan base. Good for the crowds too.
Yeah, it is. It makes it a fun environment. We have lots of family come and watch, and so that's always nice to see as well. So.
Finally, as the athletic director too, now it's basketball time. I've already caught the women play once, and the guys play a game and a half, but it's in full gear now, really.
Yeah, it is. Last year, the way we did the region in the district, we didn't make it to the district the way it was structured, and so I had a week before basketball started between there, and this time we were overlapping a little bit, so it's kind of crazy. I'm like,
okay.
We are in full swing of basketball. And so that is starting, and they haven't started DRAC play yet, but that will be here before we know it. And then with the holidays right around the corner, so. Yeah,
I believe Tuesday the 20th might be the first league play against John Logan.
Yeah, against Johnny Logan. Yeah.
Hey, that was from memory, Kim. That's dangerous if that's right.
That is right.
Every once in a while, if I shake it just right, I come up with the right right answer.
Yeah, that's our first. Yeah, that's our first home game. They're out on the road. Before then, I think at Southeastern.
Yes, that sounds right. You got it. All right, Kim, appreciate your time. As always, we'll catch up with you in the fall for volleyball, if not sooner for other stuff. So thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks.
Kim Rayar on Talking Sports from the KC Blue Angels. We need to break. We'll be back. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
If you love quality handcrafted wines, visit 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. You'll enjoy the fruit flavors of their wines while relaxing in a beautiful country setting with family and friends. The Reserve Wine List humbly wears the label of the grapes grown in the family-owned vineyard. 12 Oaks Vineyard is open for tastings from 1 until 6 every Saturday and Sunday, or by appointment at 594-7459. 12 Oaks Vineyard at 18975 Vogel Road, just 3 miles south of Carlisle, and at 12oaksvineyard.com.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us, playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hey, we have returned to the Carlisle Meat Market Studio where your time is 6:39. That time drop shows up courtesy of Zero Funeral Home in Carlisle. By the way, congratulations go out to all of those who won elections last night locally. You know, those from our area, congrats to all of you. You worked hard. You deserve those benefits. Saturday morning, one of our guests is in the fold already from the Miami Marlins via Aviston. Pitcher Trevor Richards. Let's flash back.
It's Flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Meadow Screen Printing and Signs Sports Flashback. Meadow Screen Printing and Signs on Broadway in Trenton. Call 224-7374.
This is from August 11th of this very year as Atlanta Braves minor league pitcher Mason McCreakin on his voyage to the pros. And I have to admit, and I've seen you pitch over the years with the Buds and KC and so forth, but it took me by surprise a little bit. Were you somewhat surprised, or did you see this opportunity coming?
A little bit of both. I've been in contact with the Braves scout pretty much all summer. he had came and watched a couple times, but I mean, the phone call I got from him was definitely unexpected. So, I mean, it was a surreal experience, and I, can't be more thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, great. And the only reason I say that is because most of the action, of course, occurs in the summer draft, and you were passed in that, but the Braves kept you on the radar, and they plucked you out of the Northwoods League, and I understand that's quite a league, isn't it? Tell us a bit about that. You were playing for a Wisconsin team, actually in your second year with the Rafters.
Yeah, so I was definitely a little discouraged after the MLB draft. I had talked to a couple teams, but I didn't have the best senior year, so I kind of, I figured I wouldn't get drafted, but I knew if I came to the Northwoods League and put up some decent numbers, there'd be a chance. But yeah, I played in that summer for 2 summers, or in the summer league for 2 summers, and it was an incredible experience playing for Rapids. 1,500 to 2,000 fans come to every game.
Really?
Small town, kind of like Centralia and Mount Vernon. And the grind of the schedule is, just definitely prepares you for minor league baseball. You play 72 games in 75 days, and I mean, nothing more can prepare you for minor league baseball than that league right there.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Draghi, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I treat a lot of patients who have not been to the dentist in 10 to 20 years. Most had a bad experience as a child. Others are embarrassed to go or are concerned the dentist will scold them. We know these feelings are real and believe in listening to your problems and concerns. I will do all of this without putting you down or making you feel guilty. My team and I want to make a difference in the way you feel about dentistry. Please call me, Dr. Tim Draghi, at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment, or look at our website at breezedentalcare.com, where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
Are you looking for a happy dental home? Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies and have what you are looking for. New patients welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. Get back on the right track to good dental health with Breeze Dental Care. Call 526-2020. That's 526-2020.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
HSHS St. Joseph's Hospital in Breeze proudly accepts most health insurance plans to better serve your health care needs. With every emergency we care for, every illness we treat, and every baby we deliver, we'll help make sure you get the care you need. Selecting health insurance can be difficult, but choosing a facility is simple. Select St. Joseph's Breeze. We've got you covered. Learn more at stjobreeze.com/enroll.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Yes, Mason has done all right for himself, from the Detroit Orphans to the KC Blue Devils to the Buds to SIUE to the Northwoods League, and now in the pros. Not too shabby. Isaac Rental Property, right here in Carlisle, says, well, hey, stick around. Stay close to that radio, that transistor, whatever. Talking Sports returns soon with, in fact, Chris Foster. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Your future is now with Central Illinois Truck Service. Hi, this is Perry Stanfa. We are looking for new team members, over-the-road hopper bottom and in-dump drivers, plus diesel mechanics. Apply today. Central Illinois Truck Service offers excellent paid health benefits, a good, stable, family-owned company. To apply, call Eva now at 664-2646 or stop by Central Illinois Truck Service, 1713 East Bowman Drive, Greenville, Illinois.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Here we go for one last fling. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday. Off we bounce on the Tucker Electric guest line for some basketball with McKendree Bearcats coach Chris Foster. Chris, welcome back.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me, Rip.
And it is your second appearance here, and let's relive just a little bit of that because I know not everybody catches every show as much as we would love. But anyway, it's a bit on your background. You come to McKendree with a good resume as a coach and as a player, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Had a good playing career at Northern Iowa. Was on some really successful teams, and then kind of got my first opportunity as a head coach at Truman State, and thanks to the help of a lot of people and some really good kids and basketball players, I was able to have some success there before making the move to McKendree.
Yeah, you did a super job over at Truman State, and now you are with the McKendree Bearcats. And, of course, you're following a legend there in Harry Statham, and you coached against him for some years, and I know you have a tremendous amount of respect for Harry.
Yeah, most certainly. I think what he did here was very special. And you look at the longevity and the amount of success and the way he went about it, the class that he ran his program with, and we love the tradition here, and really looking forward to trying to take that and turning it into success at the Division II level and in the GLVC conference, which is always a challenge.
Certainly is. And we had you on shortly after you were hired, and I know after that you were going full 24/7, I suppose. You had to play a little catch-up in regards to players and that all-important coaching staff too, right? Yeah. We were busy, really happy with the coaching staff we put together. Seth Jackson, St. Louis kid who played for us at Truman, had a really good career in the GLVC. And then George Suggs, who was another St. Louis guy, played at Bellarmine, was on a Final Four team, another really good player in our league. So those guys aren't too far removed from playing. They were both very successful in the league and are doing a great job with our players and just kind of helping them understand what it takes to be successful at this level. George went to the Final Four, and did they finish it off? Did they win?
No, I think they ended up losing in the semifinals.
Okay.
That year, but certainly comes from a very good program, very successful collegiate career, and both those guys were first-team All-League players in the GLVC, so they certainly understand what it takes.
It sounds like they have some knowledge, not just skills, but they can pass that around to your players, and it is almost about to tip off officially for you, the 2018-19 season. You did hit the Northwestern hardwood for an exhibition game Friday, though. You pounded it up to Evanston, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a good trip. Nice to get out with the game lights on, and they got an unbelievable new facility that they're just opened. We were the first game in there.
Oh, really?
So it was a great experience for our guys, and good to kind of get on the road and bond as a team.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were having but I did see some TV flash on their football field and all the locker, the training and all that. So they're going great guns. Everything brand new, huh?
Yeah, so I guess it's not new. It's renovated. So it's
The same thing, though. Yeah.
The same arena, but yeah, they just did a big renovation, and man, it's unbelievable. It's really nice, and so yeah, it was a great experience for us to be the first game in the new arena against them, and then they were hosting Notre Dame the next day in football, so kind of a big weekend there, and they had a huge crowd, so it was a lot of fun.
That is right. Did you know Coach Chris Collins before your meeting the other night?
I didn't. We have a few mutual friends. I know Ron Smith, who's a Central Illinois guy, is friends with his dad. And so I know Coach Smith has talked to me about them quite a bit, but I'd never met him before.
Well, he's done a nice job up there, and they did beat you. And a D1 team should take care of the D2, and they did up at Northwestern. But I'm sure you had some kids who played, and one of them, in fact, Nate Michael, who did some nice scoring for you, and Nolan Gerling out of Germantown. Nate is from, of course, Central Illinois there, but his dad's Tom, as you well know, and he's a Hoffman boy right next door, so we consider him one of us. So Nate Michael and Nolan Gerling, and also Logan Corman this year from Bartelzel.
Yeah, those guys are all doing a really good job. Nate got us off to a good start. We gotta find a way to get him some more shots within what we do, and Nolan did a good job battling. They had they had a couple 6'10" guys that were big and physical, and I thought he did a good job of fighting in there. And and Corman's doing a great job. He really can shoot the ball, and as he gets more comfortable in what we're asking him to do and kind of adjust to the game at this level, I think we'll see a lot out of him this year.
Obviously, you are very pleased that Nate Michael decided to come back because he is a fifth-year player, isn't he? I know the last time we had his dad on was, I guess, right around this changeover at McKendree, and he wasn't sure what Nate was going to do. But, hey, I think he made the right decision. You probably do too, right, Chris?
Yeah, I do. We're so lucky to have him. He's been everything. Obviously, being in the league previously, and I knew how good of a player he was. But he's been so much more than that. He's such a good kid and a good leader. He loves McKendree for a lot of reasons outside of basketball, and what a great way to honor him is to send him out with some success, and so that's what we're working hard to do.
You also have Troy Petke from Nashville High, so a lot of it's got that local flavor, and there are a whole bunch of other good players in that team, Chris. But just for those fans around here, I mean, that excitement's gonna be amped up a little bit. You're gonna catch a lot of the our people, our fans, are nearby over to the Statham Center this winter.
Yeah, we got a lot of good local kids that are really gonna help us, So it's, I think we play a fun style to watch, and I think it's a fun style for the kids to play. So we're looking forward to November 20th is our first home game. So we got a few weeks away here, but really looking forward to playing some home games this year in front of some really good fans.
In the meantime, you have a tournament challenge this weekend up at Marquette, Michigan. It's the GLVC against the GLIAC, a crossover challenge.
Yeah, we got a long bus ride coming up here in a couple days.
Here we go again.
Yeah, and but really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good measuring stick for us to see where we're at. We've had a lot of practices under our belt, and and the only game we've played has been Northwestern. And just their size and athleticism at that level really gave us some problems. So it's going to be great. We start off with Northern Michigan. They're picked second in their league, and then we'll play Michigan Tech on Sunday. They're picked third. So we're going to play two really good Division II teams, and I think that will give us a pretty good idea of where we're at and, what we need to focus on going forward. So really looking forward to getting started.
Is your lineup rotation, set or mostly set, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, still a work in progress. We're trying to figure it out, and all the guys are doing a great job. And as coaches, we're just trying to figure out what pieces to put where, and that that's something that might be a little trial and error through these first 4 or 5 games until we kind of find a rotation that we like and some lineups that are working for us. So we still got a lot of stuff to get figured out as far as that goes, and figuring out what are the best groups to put together, and all stuff that will kind of work itself out once we get out and get some games under our belt.
Most definitely. You have 5 seniors on the team, and how about in the form of height? Of course, Nolan's at 6'10". Oh, he's a big kid. The last time I've seen him close up was last winter here at the Mater Day Christmas tournament. Talked to him then, and just from his picture, it looks like he might have buckled up a bit more. And then you have this Lewis at 6'8", 240. So you've got a few big broods there.
Yeah, we got some guys that can take up some space in the paint and do a good job of protecting the rim and rebounding for us, and those guys are all doing great. And it's been a lot of new stuff with the transition and things. So they're really picking things up and working hard, and I think we're at that point now where we need to play some games and figure out where we're at. Kind of give us some direction on how to get better moving forward.
Just a couple of minutes left with Chris Foster on Talking Sports in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. Yep, you've been around it for a good while now, and you've had a lot of good seasons there at the helm of Truman State, but it'll be a bear again, won't it? That league will be tough, top to bottom.
It is. It's I think that's just traditionally a very good league, and I think that we've seen some teams in the last couple of years that were kind of bottom or middle bottom of the league that are kind of getting things turned around. So those teams have gotten better, which is makes it even more challenging. And so we really beefed up our non-conference schedule this year. We got a lot of good, solid Division II teams on there,
and more Division I schools.
Yeah, and 3 Division I's. Yeah, so. But we want to be battle tested going into the league. That's what it takes. We don't, we understand how good the league is, and so we really want to challenge ourselves in the non-conference to be prepared when those games come around.
You'll be at Indiana State next week. Let's hope Larry Bird isn't playing. Okay, that should help a little bit there. But Indiana State next week.
So
and then...
I actually. I was a player at Northern Iowa, and we played them on the night where they retired Larry Bird's jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That must have been cool. A scene. Yeah, they had to be jammed in there. My goodness. So
yeah, we actually won that game, so it's pretty cool.
A little spoiler there, too. Huh? Hey, you had some really good teams at Northern Iowa, the Panthers. We talked about that the first time you were on, where Lucas O'Rear went from Nashville, too. But, yeah, you do have Indiana State next week, and just to spread it out, Drake University later on. So, hey, finally, do you set any goals like this, especially in your first season with the Bearcats? And if you do, you might just keep them to yourself, huh?
Yeah. Our focus right now is just getting better. I tell the guys all the time, we got to be, progress oriented. And if we can just keep getting a little bit better every day, we'll be more prepared for each game. And hopefully if we can continue to do that, by the time the conference season does roll around, we'll be playing our best basketball at the right time. So, we just want to work hard and keep getting better, and put a product out there that our fans and our university and our community can be proud of.
Yeah, that's the simplest. And you'll definitely take care of the latter there for sure. But yeah, treat every possession like it's your last, right, Coach?
Yeah, you really have to. And I think our guys they understand that. They're doing a really good job of that so far, and I know they're really chomping at the bit to get out there and play this weekend.
Well, Chris, we appreciate you coming on for another time, and we will definitely check in with you during the basketball season a couple of times for sure. And how about that AD, incidentally, Chuck Brigham? Is he doing okay there? Is he treating you right?
Yeah, he's doing great. Not only for me, for all of our athletic department. We're very lucky to have.
Okay, I just got to check in once in a while. I grade him occasionally, so
Yeah, I'm sure you got to keep him on his toes. That's all right.
Thanks a lot, Chris, for another appearance, and we'll be back.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Rick.
Yes, sir. Chris Foster, the new coach of the McKendree basketball Bearcats. Our thanks to him and also to Kim Rahar on volleyball. And Derek Dunn. He's almost an Illini basketball historian. Very good. Broadcast dude over in Fairfield. That's it. I believe. And Monday, forget Monday. Well, we're here Monday and Wednesday, 6 to 7 Saturdays. That's where I'm going, though. Saturday morning, one of our guests will be Miami Marlins right-hander Trevor Richards, trivia and more. This is Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.